You can also listen to us on SoundCloud at soundcloud.com/The Clock Cleaners.
Hello and welcome to the Clock Cleaners podcast. I'm Matt.
And I'm Keith.
And today we'll be recapping Extreme Rules.
Yes. So, 6 matches for a pay-per-view.
Yeah, on the main card at the very least.
Yeah.
Apparently there was the mystery match from Kalisto and Apollo Crews.
Yeah, which they announced, a couple hours, I think, before the show?
No, it says on here that it was announced on the 3rd, I think. Or it was the 4th, and I'm dumb because I watched it after midnight.
Well, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So yeah, we I guess you didn't even watch the pre-show match, did you?
I did not.
Oh.
I watched the highlights that they had on the YouTube.
Yeah. So
Okay, yes, it was on June 4th, so yeah, it was yesterday.
So, like Matt said, there was a pre-show match between Apollo Crews and Kalisto.
Yes.
So this was actually a decent match.
Well, they're both athletic and stuff.
Right,
so.
but in terms of obviously their ability, which isn't surprising, but it got the crowd really into it.
Yeah, I noticed that they were actually interested, which is weird because on Raw they're not interested.
No.
So,
but hey,
I don't know. Yeah. But yeah, it was basically just Titus yelling at Crews to do what he already did?
Pretty much, yeah. Because toward the end of the match, Crews did the standing shooting star press.
Yeah.
And Kalisto kicked out, and Apollo goes up to Titus and is like, I already did the moonsault. Or the flip. What am I supposed to do? And then at that point, Kalisto ran over and grabbed Apollo by the neck and ran up the ropes, kicking Titus in the face.
Yeah,
and,
it was pretty funny.
Dropping down, which I forget what the move is
It's the
called.
Salito del Sol.
Is that?
Yes,
That was his. Okay, I thought he hit that before, but yeah, you're right.
No, that's the finishing move.
No, you're right.
But yeah, Kalisto won.
Yeah, but
obviously it's the pre-show, so it doesn't really matter too much. But it's weird what they're doing with this.
What, this feud or?
Yeah, because it's just putting. Like, I understand that Titus's gimmick was to be a loser.
Well, now it's Apollo's gimmick as well.
Well, yeah, that's. But it's weird because I was thinking maybe, like Crews would start doing heelish things or whatever. But
I guess we're not to that point yet, unfortunately.
yeah, whatever.
But yeah, no, Kalisto looked really good in the match.
Mm-hmm.
Did a couple of good spots outside the ring.
I missed those.
Yeah. One where I think Kalisto was going for a moonsault off the second rope, and as he was flying down, Apollo Crews hit him with that kick. You know, when he kicks him in the side of the head.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a nice spot, and then it was a good match. Good way to start off the show, and
kind of
the face winning is generally
the
pretty
pre-show.
typical. Yeah, protocol for the pre-show.
Yes, sir.
But on to the main card.
Yes, it started with The Miz against Dean Ambrose for the Intercontinental Championship.
Yes.
This
was a good match. But
it really was.
It wasn't even that it was a good match in just wrestling. It was so entertaining, too.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what The Miz is.
Question.
Oh.
What's the best storyline on Raw?
11:10 when the TV turns off.
Storyline, not story time. It's this one.
Yeah,
it's this one.
It is,
and it's so funny
because we
got this on SmackDown. Everyone complained because they brought it over to Raw.
Yeah, but
this is definitely the best storyline because of what the two of them can do with each other.
It's not over.
That's fine.
Yeah,
it's the best storyline on Raw.
Did you? You didn't watch Raw Talk afterward,
no.
Did you? Yeah.
I know The Miz was on it.
Yeah.
So was Samoa Joe and Alexa Bliss.
I watched. I don't know if it was Alexa on it.
I thought I saw her.
I watched some of it, but The Miz and Maurice came out first, and Renee was there by herself. And I guess she posted a tweet earlier on and said that was rubbish after it, and so The Miz was calling her out on it and stuff. It was good.
That's good.
Yeah. It was The Miz, and Maurice was trying not to laugh the entire time.
Yeah, that's generally speaking how his promos go on stuff like that.
Yeah. But yeah, this basically showed The Miz trying to get himself disqualified throughout the match, which is what we kind of figued he was going to do.
Well, yeah, because if Dean gets disqualified, he's going to win. So why wouldn't he?
Yes.
So, but yeah, it was entertaining. There was a
Yeah,
lot of shenanigans, or at
guess-
least attempt of shenanigans.
Maurice was up on the apron, and I guess what was Miz trying to throw Dean into her first, like into the ropes.
Well, no, what had happened was I don't think that the Miz knew that she was there.
Oh.
So he threw Dean. Dean stopped.
Right, and
the
then
Miz-
Dean threw Miz, and
No,
he
no,
stopped.
no. The Miz chased after Dean. Dean ran out of the way. And
Oh,
that's
okay,
when he
that's what.
stopped.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
And then that's when the Miz looked at Maurice and said, "Slap me."
Yeah.
That's when she slaps him, and the ref was like, "Oh," and then he
Yeah.
kind of put two and two
It's like,
together.
I know what you're up to,
and then
though.
he threw Maurice out.
Yeah.
Um,
And then she came back over, or she
No.
came. She ran around the ring,
Mm-hmm.
and then she ran up the ramp, and then she's like, "Wait, nope, I gotta go back."
Yeah.
And then so she goes back to the apron in front of, I guess the ref, and she's like, "I'm back," and the ref's like, "No, you gotta go."
Yeah. Oh, and that's when he was trying to low blow him, right?
No, that's when the Miz threw Ambrose into the referee. There's no attempt at a
right.
low blow.
Okay, yeah, that was it.
And then the ref's like, "Oh, you bad man! You did that to me on purpose because obviously you want to run into the referee."
Right.
And
But no, well, before that we had the turnbuckle spot.
oh yeah. Well, you started at the end.
Oh, okay. Because
Yeah.
I thought when Maurice came out, it was the whole.
No, that all happened in one.
Oh, was it one whole thing?
Small or one short
Yeah.
time.
It's a shame that I forget this part of the show because the rest of the show is forgettable,
Yeah,
except
it's
for the
true.
main event.
It's true. But yeah, what you're talking about is when I think
The Miz was on the top.
Yeah, was he going for like a move? He must have been going for some kind of move, and then Dean went for a power bomb, I guess.
Yeah, in the corner.
And the Miz grabbed the turnbuckle.
and ripped it off.
Yeah, and then Dean went to slam the Miz's head into the top turnbuckle,
and realized that the
so he
turnbuckle was
stopped
gone.
himself.
Yeah.
And the ref was like, "No."
But yeah, getting back to what you said
Yeah,
when
the-
the ref got bumped, he was going to the timekeeper's table, I guess to disqualify him.
Yeah, it's funny.
It was a weird spot.
Well, yeah, because he's walking over to the timekeeper's area as if he needs to do that when they're watching him. So if he went like this, they would just ring the bell.
Yeah.
So it's funny how like they try to ham it up like that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, while he was walking over, Dean was pleading with him to not do it, and then he wasn't paying attention. And the Miz comes up, hits him with the skull crushing finale, and then
That was the 3 count.
yes, so
And we have a new Intercontinental Champion.
yeah.
Yes.
Like-
What the hell did he call it? The reunion tour is like back on or something
Yeah.
like that.
Well, yeah, because
Yeah.
he had said that it was the last time he wanted it was the.
Mhm.
It's all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
Um,
Up next, we had a backstage interview with Bailey, which was kind of bad.
it was a moot point right there.
Well, I mean, to be fair, look at who she was studying.
It's true.
Studying
really
the
funny.
Sandman, Tommy Dreamer, a career loser, and Steve Blackman. But
Yeah.
Steve Blackman got noticed, so
It's true.
something
It's true. I don't remember. We were talking about something
with
at one point.
Shane.
Oh yeah,
Because
that's
all
right.
the people he fought,
Yeah.
and then Blackman wasn't brought
What
up.
about Steve Blackman? Forgot about that.
Yeah, but yeah, she said she's been studying all them, and she's ready to get extreme.
Yeah. So.
Oh, jeez, poor Bailey.
Yeah. Whatever.
Um,
Moving on.
Yep. Then we had the mixed tag cruiserweight match, kind of.
Well, technically, they're all cruiserweights.
It's true, and they didn't change the ropes.
Cool.
Yeah,
I didn't notice, but
Yeah.
I also didn't care.
yeah.
So.
So yeah, we had Noam Dar and Alicia Fox versus Rich Swann and Sasha Banks.
Yeah.
This was a pretty short match.
Yes. This and the women's match were like both 6 minutes or under.
Yeah,
So,
but
yeah, I guess they're both women's
yeah,
matches.
the women kind of battled outside, and that was pretty much it.
Yeah, at one point, I guess Fox was like distracted or something, and you could see Sasha like
Oh,
climb on
on the
climb
apron.
on the no when she was she was
On
like,
the apron, then she backed up onto the ropes, and then
so
Dar
what
came
is she
over
doing?
and was like, "What? No, don't attack her, don't go after her."
Yeah.
And then she hit the double knees on Noam Dar,
and
and that's when he got rolled in the ring by Swan.
Yeah,
and then
Swan threw him into the ring,
Yeah.
and then hit him with the Phoenix Splash, and then that was it.
That was it.
Yeah, so yeah, that was a quick.
Not a surprise, really.
Yeah, and then they danced.
Yes. So I guess we had time to kill for the next segment.
Yeah, that was dumb.
It was fantastic.
So they did, for some reason, they gave Elias Sampson time on a pay-per-view. So he played or did a song or whatever.
Yeah, he was talking about the Beast and then some sort of demon.
Yeah,
So-
it seemed like he was like calling out Lesnar or maybe Balor.
Or he was foreshadowing for something later on in the night, but it didn't happen. So.
Yeah, so I don't know. It was
He got heel heat though.
It's true, and it's
I
kind
think-
of hard to follow his nonsense sometimes.
Drifter.
Yeah, it's just no one
it's
really
in his
cares.
music. Drifts there too.
Yeah. So,
Fantastic.
but yeah,
Hey, I'm just happy he's on TV.
good for you.
Somebody's got it. Oh, hey, you're wearing the shirt. Look at that.
Yeah. Well, I lost. So, did you just notice?
No,
Okay.
they did though. Maybe not, but
I was gonna say it's not like I moved.
it wasn't talked about, so I figured it
Yeah,
needed to be
it
said.
doesn't need to be said.
Yeah, because it's not going to happen often.
It's true. Historically speaking.
Yeah. So this was definitely the low point of the night. The next match.
Which is funny because it was a low point of the Raw last week too.
Ooh, lowest. Did you see that they had the second lowest rating? Lowest ratings for Raw last week?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that was Memorial Day, so it doesn't
Yeah,
help.
but in the past they've done decent on Memorial Day. It's always falls on a Monday. You
Well,
know?
yeah, but yeah. I don't know. There could be other stuff on. I think. Was there a basketball game on? Could have.
I know they were up against a basketball game last night for Extreme Rules.
Yeah. So maybe.
I think maybe hockey was on.
No. Yeah. It was too early for basketball.
Yeah, I think it might have been game one. Maybe not.
No. Probably
'Cause
not.
They had game 3 of Nashville and Pittsburgh on Saturday.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna assume that there was no.
All right, fair enough.
Playoff game. Now I think about it. Anyway. So kendo stick on a pole match. The kendo stick got knocked down really. It was also a very short match.
Oh yeah.
It was 5 minutes long for some reason.
Yeah.
So they've successfully buried Bailey.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
I don't know why either.
She was getting booed
Yeah.
during her
As
entrance.
soon as she came out, which, like I said earlier, I didn't believe, and then I rewatched it and was like, wow.
Yeah, it's definitely surprising.
Yeah.
But yeah, the kendo stick got knocked down.
Yeah, Bliss kind of let her go for it, and then she kind of chased her around, or was running away from her, got to the point where she got in to the ring, and then kind of
Yeah,
Bailey
just
went.
wailed on.
Yeah.
So yeah, Bailey was not
Well,
Was
she
she
kind of
able to?
hesitated with the kendo stick when she
Oh, okay.
first had Bliss, I think in the corner.
Uh-huh.
And that's when she snuck out of the ring and then chased her around and then got back in, and Alexa grabbed it from her and then just repeatedly beat her with it.
Yeah,
And then I think Bailey was able to hit a Bailey to belly.
yeah, she got up, but I don't think
but
she
didn't
got
get
the
a pin.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
didn't. I don't think she got the stick back either.
No, Alexa got it. Again. Yeah.
So, but yeah,
And-
she hit the Bailey to belly, or
Yeah.
Bailey to belly,
Yeah.
whatever.
That's right.
Yeah. And then somehow didn't get the kendo stick back. She got beat up some more, and then Alexa hit the DDT, and then that was it.
Yeah, and that was a spot where I think Alexa set it up in the corner and Bailey went head first into it too. Well, it was probably shoulder first, but
Yeah.
you know.
But yeah, that was a very underwhelming match.
Yeah.
So
Um,
I don't.
I
get it.
guess that's shame on us for thinking WWE would actually.
Try to do good for one of their stars.
Yeah. So I'm guessing we're gonna get Nia Jax and Alexa Bliss next.
I think they said something about Nia Jax being on
She
the
was
pre-show.
on the pre-show, yeah.
Um,
David Otunga was on the pre-show too.
Great. But yeah, I would imagine
Maybe
that
he's going to commentary school.
maybe that would make sense.
Booker
But
T should probably reattend there.
Yeah, Booker T was terrible. But yeah, I think that it's supposed to be Nia Jax versus Alexa Bliss or something like that.
I think what
Maybe not a full feud, but like
Yeah.
a short.
what they should have done is had Bayley win the title to give her some credibility, then eventually lose it to Nia Jax, and then Alexa Bliss come around and go, "Hey, remember when I was going to give you a title shot? Well, I want my title shot."
That would make sense too.
And then you could have the feud there, just so you don't bury Bayley like they've done.
Yeah, they didn't need to do any of this stuff.
No,
It was not necessary.
I mean, yeah, but I guess they're really trying for the underdog.
Guess I don't know.
I don't know how much further you can knock her down.
It's true.
Yeah.
Whatever. So, moving on, right?
Yeah, that's pretty much it. There's not much to be said.
Yeah. So next was a tag title match.
Yep.
With the Hardys and the Hardys against Sheamus and Cesaro.
So I guess this was the first time this stipulation has been enforced, or it was just escape only? Because usually I thought they had pinfalls too.
That's most cage matches.
Yeah.
I don't know if this was specifically for them to just have the story go the way they had it,
Right.
because otherwise it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not very often, because they said that at the beginning of the match that they needed to escape, which is like
through the door or over the cage.
yeah, which is not a common stipulation only
No.
for the cage match. Also, I think they said this is the second time there was a tag team cage match in pay-per-view.
I believe that. It's a little cramped for 4 people in the cage.
It's true, and it really should.
So many spots with getting thrown into the cage. But that's all you have. You don't have much to work with.
Yeah, you can't really do a whole lot. But yeah.
Jeff was able to escape the cage first.
Yes, he was able to climb over.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of, okay, one team going up.
Yep.
The other team pulls him down.
Yeah.
Other team goes up. Other team pulls him down. So there's a lot of that. But yeah, when Jeff escaped, Matt hit the Twist of Fate on both of them.
Right.
Got to the top. Jeff's trying to pull him down.
Yeah, Cesaro was. Were both.
Yeah, Cesaro and Sheamus pulled him back in,
Mm-hmm.
and then they knocked him down, and then they ended up hitting like that team white noise that
off the top rope. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was a good spot.
Mhm.
I was cringe
So-
at moments
Well-
like that. I'm like, oh god.
Yeah, so there was a lot of
Yeah, and then I guess when Matt was completely out, Jeff went and climbed onto the top of the cage and hit
Yes.
the Whisper in the Wind, which we knew he was going to do something crazy.
something off the top.
Yeah,
But yeah, then there was some more back and forth, and it's like, oh, Matt's out, and then 5 seconds later,
Yeah.
he's up again, and
mm-hmm.
so
And then I guess as Cesaro and Sheamus were climbing over, and Matt was trying to drag Jeff outside the cage.
Yeah.
And
They
Cesaro
did-
and Sheamus dropped down quicker than the Hardys got out.
yeah, I was gonna say they kind of did that photo finish
Yeah.
type deal.
Which you could see Cesaro and Sheamus watching the Hardys, so they made it closer than
yeah, it needed to be.
it could have. Yeah, they could have jumped from halfway down and been.
Yeah, well, it's a lot easier for them to do that than it would be the Hardys without
True.
being too obvious.
So, so since Jeff left the cage, why does going back in mean he has to leave again?
I don't know. I didn't think of that, but they made mention during the match on the commentary that when he came back in, that
It re-enters him.
yeah,
no, I
that
get it.
the well, obviously that's the way it played out,
Yeah.
but usually they don't think about that when
Mhm.
they do it. But they said that like it's an even playing ground or playing field
Right,
now,
yeah.
which is dumb.
Yeah, but I mean that's kind of how I expected it to go, with one of the teams getting double teamed.
Yeah.
with one individual getting out.
That's
leaving
true.
The others. But yeah, overall it was a decent match.
It wasn't terrible. It was like you said, a little cramped and stuff.
Yeah, I think. Well, this was probably the best way to have a match between them where neither team can look weak by losing.
It's true.
Because I mean, what were their other options? Really, a ladder match?
Yeah, that would have been the most logical.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if this is different,
Yeah.
so even if it's not necessarily the best,
Mm-hmm.
so
Wow.
but
Nothing. We haven't even been recording for 20 minutes, and we're pretty
almost
much
at the
almost
end
to
of the show that
Yeah.
almost nothing happened in. Yeah.
Yeah, basically. Well, like I said earlier, this was just nothing progressed really, aside from the winner of the Fatal 5-Way.
Well, yeah, but
mean-
that was guaranteed technically.
Right, but I mean, all the storylines are just kind of
The same because
Yeah.
nothing's ending,
no.
or at least you don't.
It
I
doesn't
think
seem that way
no.
anyway.
the Alexa Bliss might be the only one who's moving on.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I don't even want to talk about it anymore.
But it's just a lot of the matches seemed like they were long, but they weren't long.
I felt this in the next match, which was Austin Aries versus Neville for the Cruiserweight title. I felt like this match just kept going on. Like I was
Yeah.
glad they gave him time,
Yeah.
but it just felt like it should have ended previously. And at the point, I guess because I knew who was going to win, just because of how many times he got out of the submissions,
Oh, well, yeah.
it just kept prolonging it. I was
It's
just
true.
waiting for it to happen.
It's true. It's actually kind of funny, though, because when I watched 205 Live, I was like, I think Austin Aries might actually win
Yeah.
because they kept on drilling in the point that Neville, or he keeps on trying to, or has kept on being unsuccessful and locking in the last chancery or whatever.
Yeah.
So they really played that up a lot. So I'm like, maybe he will win. And apparently
Yeah.
he did not.
No. Yeah, so, right. You brought up a point right in your notes that the ref started counting
Oh my
outside
God.
the ring.
It's so annoying.
Or when he was going to disqualify him.
Yes, I know. What is wrong? It's not that hard. You have a stipulation where the only way you can win is by submission. That means there's no DQ. That means there's no countouts. So I
pins.
don't understand why and know what the funny
What
thing
about
is?
a submission outside the ring? Oh, wait.
Well, yeah, but that at least kind of makes sense.
No, I know. It's just funny.
But it's funny because I think that referee is the one who's usually the one doing the stupid shit.
Yeah.
I could be wrong, but I recall
Oh.
in the past where there's been matches where it's like got a stipulation like that, and but like I said,
Yeah, I don't even know who was the referee for this one.
it was the I don't know, the bald guy.
Nah. Sure.
Yeah,
The only one I really know is John Cohen, who did the Miz and Maurice match.
is that the only one he did?
Yeah, Ambrose. At least that's...
I thought he did another
He
one.
might have.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, they had this, like you said, the spot on the outside where Neville tapped out to the last chancery, and there's a lot of
Yeah, well, Aries actually put the Rings of Saturn on Neville in the ring first.
oh yeah.
And that's when Neville grabbed the referee.
Yeah.
And that's when the whole disqualification thing was going to come into play. And we're like, what?
yeah.
Because Aries was like, no, don't disqualify him.
Yeah.
I was like, he can't be disqualified. What are you talking about?
Yeah. Rules.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's dumb.
Yeah. And that's when Neville hit him with a super kick
Yeah.
after that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. At the end, Neville went for a superplex.
yeah.
Superplex. Aries knocked him down, and then
You give a power bomb or no?
no, he did a sunset flip,
Oh, that's right.
and then he went for the last chancery, and then he rolled out of it. Oh no, wait, what happened?
Or is that when he rolled him to the outside and then put him in?
Oh yeah, no, yeah, he went for the last chancery. They rolled out, and that's when he had the
Last
last
chancery.
chancery on the outside.
Right.
Oh yeah, and then Neville went. Aries was on the ground. Neville went for the red arrow.
Yeah, but Aries started to roll over, so he was like
well-
laying on his side almost.
When it first played, it looked like he was just rolling so that he was on his stomach. But it technically on the replay, it kind of looked like he was trying to get out of the way.
Yeah.
So that was obviously what he was going for. But it's
Right.
weird because usually the replays kind of make things more obvious.
Yeah.
As opposed to this time, it.
Well, yeah, it's the different angle that usually you can't tell.
So he hits him in the back with the red arrow.
Yep.
And then he puts the Rings of Saturn on.
Aries was like, "Yep, I give up."
No, it looked like he was like passing out.
Yeah.
So that was
Well, he was just kind of like shaking his head
Yeah.
up and down, and
Yeah.
then kind of was just like,
it was a very very exhausted Austin Aries, obviously.
Yeah. And then he was just sitting up against the apron on
Smiling.
the outside, smirking. Yeah.
Yeah. Like he won or something.
Yeah.
That was weird.
Well, we'll see where they go from here. But like you said, having them in different feuds is probably better for the show.
It's true.
Yeah.
Because
Not that it matters, because nobody watches anyway.
That's also true. But yeah, it's just they're the two best, so you might as well let them work with other people. This way,
Elevate them.
it spreads the wealth.
Yep. But
Spreads.
yes. So then up next we had the main event, which was the Fatal 5-Way.
Yes, the Extreme Rules Fatal 5-Way,
Yes.
which is much different than a regular Fatal 5-Way, as in... Wait, no.
It's only happened twice in pay-per-view history. Isn't that what they said?
Maybe.
The Fatal 5-Way?
I don't know.
I
But the
believe so.
point is that technically any match that has multiple contenders is
There's no
automatically no
disqualification.
disqualification. Yet they felt the need to insist that it's different.
Because it's the Extreme Rules pay-per-view.
They could have done something cool. They could have done like a Hell in a Cell.
But they have a Hell in a Cell pay-per-view for
Who
that.
cares? Who cares? They think too
I think
much
they need
about
less gimmick pay-per-views.
They also need to stop caring so much about it.
And
Because
care about the product?
no, not that. It's the specialness of like a gimmick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, yeah, I gotcha.
Because it doesn't make any sense.
Not really. Not necessary at all.
Yeah. So whatever.
But yeah, this was a good match.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah, well, obviously that was kind of what
Yeah,
was going to
I
happen
liked-
with 5 people.
I liked the beginning where Rollins and
Joe face off, Bray and Finn face off, and Roman's just chilling in the ring,
Yep.
getting all this heat.
Yeah, they're just sitting there. He's like, oh, I'm just gonna hang out here.
Yeah.
Bray did a lot more in the match than I was expecting.
Yeah, well, him and Joe kind of teamed up for a good portion of the match.
Yeah,
and
they
just
were.
kind of took pickings at everybody.
Mhm.
And then there was little hints where Joe was like thinking about a pinfall, but then looked at Bray and was like, "Oh, not yet."
Yeah, well, because every time Bray turned around,
Yeah.
he's like, "Oh, never mind."
And what did Bray hit his sister Abigail on somebody and
He
go
hit
for
it
the
on Rollins.
and then Joe came in and broke it up.
Yeah, he's
and
like,
was
"What are you
what the hell are
doing?"
you doing?" And I think that was when they started fighting.
Yeah, and then I know at one point, Rollins did a suicide dive towards. I want to say he did it towards Bray, but Bray pushed Joe into
in the
way.
way. Yeah. Oh, did you? Obviously, you saw it when Finn did his running kick on the apron and nailed Roman. That's why he was bleeding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was actually like,
And then
'cause-
Seth kicked him again later on in the match, and you could see Roman he looked like he was in a bit of discomfort.
how does he do that move? Like, is it just like a stiff actual kick?
I'm sure he kicks and slaps his leg, and it kind of. But sometimes it looks like he
It
just
really
makes
does look like he
complete
kicks him right
contact.
in the face. So.
Yeah.
I don't know. That one's a rough.
Well, I mean,
move.
most moves do make some sort of contact.
Well, yeah, but not. Well, that one, it's either you make contact or
yeah.
you don't.
Yeah, because it looked like he was, had grazed up the face.
Yeah. So that's not a like you can make a glancing.
No. Yeah,
It's not like a drop kick where you can make it look like you hit him, but you don't.
It was noticeable when Reigns hit the spear on Finn and Joe into the timekeeper's area,
Yeah.
and then because Christine was like, "Oh, there's a puddle of blood out there." I was like, "What are you talking about?" And you just see Roman's face, and like, "Oh, that must be from the kick from before."
Yeah, they cut to Roman sitting next to the barricade with blood all over his face.
Yeah, that's when Joe went through the barricade and laying on the concrete.
Yeah.
Which that was that when we got that was when we got Seth and
I did the frog splash
Reigns,
off of the top rope onto Bray.
Bray, right, and then we had Seth and Reigns in the ring.
Yeah,
That
because they were the ones who were
Mm-hmm.
standing.
Right. And that's after that you kind of had people come in.
Yeah, it
In
was
and
a
out.
back and like
Yeah.
it was like okay, this person goes and then this person goes and then this person goes, and eventually it was what was it? Finn got hit the coup de grace on Reigns,
Yeah.
and then Balor went for the pin, and
Joe
then Joe
came in
grabbed
and
him and
put
hit
him in the coquina clutch, and
Yeah.
Finn passed out.
Yeah.
Which I thought they lift the arm 3 times. I know.
Rules,
I know.
they don't
Because
exist.
usually
They do.
it's 1,
You-
2,
you have
and then
any-
you get the Dean Ambrose shaking. giving him,
No, it's not the Dean Ambrose shake. It's the Rock shake.
Yeah, okay.
Because that used to happen to him all the time.
Well, I'm just talking. That's Dean now. He just psychs himself up.
I know, but he does. That's just what he does. It's not because I remember very distinctly that used to happen to the Rock all the time.
Yeah.
All the time.
Nope.
Like
You're
Dean
right.
does shake, but that's not the same
Yeah.
thing. So, but yeah,
But yeah, so we are going to get Samoa Joe and Brock Lesnar at Great Balls of Fire.
Yeah.
Which the promo was pretty good for the pay-per-view.
What?
For the Great Balls of Fire.
I don't remember
Yeah.
seeing that.
It was like an old school one. It was from the song.
I figured as
Yeah.
much.
And yeah, I'll show you it afterward.
All right.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. I was excited to see them finally announce it.
Well, yeah, because that was the first time that they did anything, right?
Yeah. Except they could have done it perfectly when Dean was the
Yes, that
general
would've been
manager,
better.
and they
Yeah.
could have been like, "Oh, great! Now we got this stupid name thanks to Dean." But
Yeah, that'd been funny.
it would have been good.
But yeah, this was an pay-per-view.
Yeah. Maybe we had high expectations.
No, because I believe I said that with Backlash, the go home was meh, so
Yeah.
maybe it would be good.
Okay.
It was kind of like the hoping, not necessarily the expectation, but the hoping that it'd be better than it was.
Right.
But like I said, it's impossible to assume that pay-per-views are going to be bad.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't call this a bad pay-per-view.
No, I'm just saying that having low expectations for nowadays is kind of silly.
Yeah. Well, the
So-
talent is so good.
Yeah. So anyway,
But I mean, in comparison to Money in the Bank, it
this
probably
is
will
going to
not
get
fare very well.
no.
Yeah.
So, but whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. So this was our Extreme Rules recap.
If you liked what you saw here, please like, share, and subscribe.
Bye.
Bye.